guys? My name's Ian McCon, and I'm on the Halo Forge League with
Job,
Job
man.
Ham X.
You don't need to say my full gamer tag. But anyways, I'm here with Omicron on Inside Forge, and today we got a lot of stuff for you guys in this episode. Basically, we finished one structure and made two new ones, and then we changed up one structure a little bit. So the first one that we're going to talk about is probably the structure that we started on the last episode. Has two levels to it. This is very interesting because the sight lines are split on the room because instead of just having a generic sight blocker, it has verticality as a sight blocker. So that's kind of a new way of blocking some lines of sight. So if you want to talk about a little bit about lines of sight, Omi.
Um, in general, lines of sight are for flood maps. You don't normally want really long sight lines unless you're spawning the survivors or the humans with like shotguns, because they're basically just gonna mow down the flood. Unless the flood are really strong, but in this case, I don't think they are.
Yeah, it's gonna use like a close to the normal flood game type, except without armor abilities. So it's very similar to that. The next building we're talking about is this one that overlooks the little tunnel area. Has these cool little windows that you can look out of, so that's kind of cool that you can observe what else is going on in the map. And then it has this little back room that's not actually a room, but it's more of like a, I don't know, it's just the terrain fits really well in it. It just looks really nice. And we didn't even have to add any pieces in there because it already looked really nice. So, yeah, that's one structure, but it has two rooms. So, it's kind of a interesting type thing. And next thing I did, I covered up the hole on the roof because I decided it'd be better for gameplay. And I just put these 1x2 blocks, which kind of look like generators, you could say. And they also function as line of sight blockers. So, Omi, do you want to talk about, let's talk about something, let's talk about theme in a flood map. So,
Should
the
I
import,
theme on the map?
uh, we'll just talk about the importance of having a theme in a flood map, I guess, and
Okay.
avoiding generic themes also.
Okay. Basically, I'm gonna just try to stay pretty broad on this and pretty quick. Basically, the theme of a flood map is probably the most important thing in a flood map, other than straight gameplay. Because yes, gameplay is important because it's a video game, but it's what makes a map actually stand out from other maps and what catches people's eyes and like, hey, I want to play this again because it was fun and it looked awesome.
Yeah,
You don't get that with a lot of maps, but hopefully, with the aesthetics that we are implementing, hopefully adds a little twist and flair and
yeah.
air.
Necessarily, it's not always the best maps that are remembered. It seems like sometimes the more interesting maps seem to be remembered. Well, yes, gameplay is a factor, but if something has a really cool theme, like I've had some people say they really liked my boat map back in Halo Reach way back then. They liked it because, I don't know, the boat theme put a kind of cool twist on it because players would always fly off the edge of the boat, and that added an interesting thing in the gameplay. And also a special announcement for you guys is we're just going to teach you guys how to keep dynamic lighting in your map since Omi was a suspect of getting rid of it on my map. I guess he doesn't like dynamic lighting or something. He has something against it, I guess.
I
So you
love
want
it.
to talk about that, Omi?
I love dynamic lighting. It's just a pain in the bunghole. Basically, make sure you know what type of pieces you're using. Like, there's some lists out on the internet, stuff like Forge Hub and stuff. You can find out what type of pieces has specific like amounts of dynamic lighting and stuff, and just base your map around those type
Mm-hmm.
of pieces.
Yeah.
But
But in general, if you don't feel like just staring at that list all day, just a general mindset is avoid pieces with complex like faces and stuff. The less amount of faces on it, the less dynamic lighting it'll affect. So just stay to more simple pieces and you'll be fine. So anyways, we don't have much time left, so if you guys enjoyed, make sure you like, comment, and if you haven't already, subscribe. And I'll see you guys soon.
bye.